What's up, Conference USA fans, and welcome back to another episode of the CUSA Insider Podcast, the official podcast of Conference USA. On today's episode, we have a special edition, a soccer edition for you guys, where we're previewing all 10 of our women's soccer team for the 2026 season. I'm your host, Jessica Radford, and joining me today, we have Eric Jones. Yeah. How excited for you for this 2026 season?
Here we are. We're already here. It's early August, I guess mid-August now. But yeah, week one of soccer season.
Season starts today.
Yeah. Season starts today, August 12th. Got some teams in action and super excited to take a deep dive into each program. How their season went last year, what their season looks like coming up. Some really good schedules, some really good opponents that we're going to see in the non-conference. But yeah, super excited to dive in.
I feel like it's only right that we have to go through our preseason poll.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, listed as number one. I think it's not really quite as shocking as everybody might have thought it would be.
Yeah, heavy favorites. The Liberty Flames, they received 9 first-place votes and 81 points. They kind of ran away with it here, but again, not too surprising after the way they ended the season last year at home in Lynchburg in the CUSA tournament. Got that win, that 3-0 week. Led by Ivy Garner, who set a record with 5 goals that week. It was an incredible week. But again, not too surprised there in the one spot. Missouri State, who made a run last year as an 8 seed. As an 8 seed. In other sports, Missouri State did the same. So super fun to see them in year one with Kirk Nelson at the helm. They received the second most votes, 62 points. Delaware right behind them, actually receiving a first place vote as well. Just got edged out by Missouri State at 61 points. And followed by reigning co-regular season champ WKU in the 4 spot, FIU Middle Tennessee in the 5 and 6, Sam Houston at 7, and New Mexico State, Kennesaw State, and Jack State 8 through 10. This looks like a really deep conference this year in women's soccer. I'm super excited to see kind of what that middle of the pack has as well in store for us. FIU, who won the tournament 2 years ago and regular season. I know they're looking for a bounce back year, and Matt Dunn's second year at the helm. So, super excited to see how this thing plays out this year. It's going to be a really good season.
In the middle of the pack is not even so much. It's not a lot of separation between these points and where they placed on this preseason poll. So give me a sleeper team you think people should watch out for this season.
I think we always look at Sam Houston, especially when it comes to tournament time. They're at the end of the year. Kendall Ayers has done a really good job. A lot of young coaches in this league, but also a lot of veteran coaches in this league. It's fun to see how everyone kind of goes about their style of play and the way that they just run things with these programs. But I'm looking at Sam Houston. I think they're a really fun team to watch. They're always scrappy, and I think they always make a good run at the end of the season. So excited to see them. And they're in the 7th spot there, but could very well finish in the top 3 in this league.
So not only did our preseason poll came out, we also had our preseason all-conference awards be announced as well. So tell us just a little bit about our preseason offensive and defensive player of the years.
Yeah. Halle, Engle, the preseason offensive player of the year. She was kind of, in a sense, overshadowed by Ivy Garner, how explosive she was on offense. But Halle Engle's right there with her. She's kind of ready to take that leap forward into that, kind of captain role on the offensive side of the ball. Super excited to watch her get after it this year. Then Lauren Littleton on the defensive side. She was our preseason defensive player of the year last year as well, and also the defensive player of the year on the whole season and the championship defensive MVP. So she's got a lot of awards.
Resume.
Yeah, a lot of awards to her name. Still very young player, and excited to just see how she bolstered her game in this offseason. And we'll get a chance to talk with them, later on here as well. But, looking at the preseason all-conference team, the one goalkeeper on the list is Peyton Huber at Liberty. Well-deserved after an incredible season last year. Liberty had 5 girls on this all-conference team out of 11. But then you have Abby Wiederman, WKU defender, incredible season last year. Going down the list, Georgia Leopis was a midfielder of the year last year in CUSA. And then McKenna Egan, the freshman of the year last year in CUSA. WKU, ready to have another, really good year. And, they're going to have a really fun kind of schedule as we've been looking at all through this preview. But really excited to see the Hilltoppers get after it. Then you look at Gabby Riley and Adiet Oligan-Dixon at Delaware making the list. They, again, in one of those teams, I think they were a 6 seed last year. First year in a new league, they're obviously getting a lot of love on this preseason poll as well, finishing third. So they're bound to have a really good season. And then lastly, Ellie Morgan, Sam Houston, just an outstanding year last year. Super excited to watch her on the offensive side of the ball.
All right, we've been through our preseason poll, all of our preseason all-conference awards. Let's deep dive into these teams. We, of course, can start with Delaware. They went 10-2-6. They went 3-2-3 in Conference USA. Give us some, games to watch out for this season.
Yeah, I think you look at the season opener there. They'll have George Washington at home. A lot of home games in the non-conference. So super excited for that one. They will also play at home against Georgetown near the end of non-con. And this Georgetown team, top 15 in RPI. I think they're at 11 at the end of last season. So a really good test there. And then we'll open up at home against Missouri State in conference play. I think that's going to be a really fun opener in the league to see those two teams go at it, 2-3 there in the preseason poll.
We got FAU. They finished 7-6-4, 4-3-1 in Conference USA, second year under head coach Matt Dunn. They have a lot to prove. They got to bounce back this season.
Yeah. 2024 obviously had a record-breaking historic season down there in Miami. Under Coach Jonathan Garber, he moved on. Matt Dunn comes in and he's ready to put this team where they belong. And I wouldn't say much of a down year last year, just not what they maybe had expected. But this year they're looking real good to have a bounce back. You look at senior goalkeeper Valerie Restrepo. She's still in there at goal. She's going to be really fun to watch. She started in 16 games last year, recorded 76% on the save percentage, 57 saves. You look at sophomore midfielder Roxy Brewer. She also returns after earning third-team all-conference last season. She played in all 17 games, and she had her first career goal in a game winner against Jack State. So I think a team that's going to be playing with a lot of fire down there in Miami, and expect to see a good showing this year from them.
Next, we have Jack State, who went 6-9-3, then 0-7-1 in Conference USA play. So they're looking for this year to start a whole new probably identity, start off on a high note this season. They have a lot to prove. Corey Smith, he's a second-year head coach as well, just like FIU's Matt Dunn. Mm-hmm. So what do you think that Jack State needs to do heading into this season?
Yeah, I think, we watched them last year in non-conference play, and I was like, this team is going to be special. From conference play, things didn't shake out the way they wanted to. But again, so 6 wins in non-conference. I'm looking at 2 games right now. They play at Auburn, at home versus Troy. That'll be a rivalry game. And then you open up conference play with Middle Tennessee, a very well-coached team with Aston Roden there. So I think, you look at some of the players they have too. Reagan Whitaker, anchored a defensive unit for this Gamecocks team. They only gave up 23 goals last year, which is very good on the defensive side of the ball. If they can do that and score 1 or 2, then they have a good chance of winning each and every game. You look at junior forward Amelia Jacobs too. She's going to improve upon her sophomore season. And first at Jack State, where she started in all 18 of the matches. She had a hat trick at one point against Alabama State. She's an explosive player that I'm really excited to watch her play for this Jack State team.
Kennesaw, another team that's looking, to build off of last season that maybe, wasn't their best season. 2-11-4 overall, 1-6-1 in Conference USA. Again, freshly kind of new coaches, still getting their footing, still trying to get their team, their rhythm. Chris Cahill, third season, but they have some good games this season.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. They open up at Memphis, another team playing Auburn this year, which, it's just going to be a good SEC test, see where they're at. But I think a lot of their, they have 17 underclassmen, including 10 freshmen. This is the most of the forward core is made up of freshmen and sophomores. And 4 of their freshmen also hail from Canada. So kind of a cool tidbit there. But, I think this team will see a lot of newcomers and will be ready, I think, a kind of a fresh start for this third year under Chris Cahill. But excited to see where it takes them for sure.
I was just going to say fresh legs
for
sure, too.
Fresh legs. I love it.
Need those in soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Liberty are voted number one, preseason. 14-4-4 overall, 6-0-2 in Conference USA. Co-regular season champs along with WKU. Tournament champs. They have a lot to look forward in this season coming up.
Yeah, and you could talk about this program, all day long. The success they've had. They've won 2 Conference USA tournament titles in their 3 years. This is year 4 for them in the league. But just an impressive year last year. They didn't get to play Western Kentucky last year. So that's one of the games I'm looking forward to a lot. And that actually opens up league play for them. But they have a really good non-conference slate. They'll have UVA, Virginia Tech, Charlotte, Pitt. Just a really, really strong non-conference schedule for this team. Peyton Huber back in net for the Flames, and she is incredible back there. Got to watch her last season a whole bunch, and she's going to really keep this team in the mix. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go on another run this year in Conference USA. But Engle, like I said, she kind of came in under Ivy Garner. Engle had 6 goals last year and a team leading 9 assists. So she makes things happen. It's going to be really fun to watch her.
I think for a team that's also returning some heavy hitters is crazy insane for their program. And you just see why they receive 9 first place votes.
Yeah, and it's in this day and age too, like the retention, trying to retain these players is not easy. Well done by Coach Wedemeyer. This is his 10th year at the helm, and he just keeps, bolstering this team up each and every year. It's really fun and impressive to watch.
Middle Tennessee, I think, even reading this stat line, Middle Tennessee is coming off its best record, the highest win total since 2012, and best since joining Conference USA in 2013. They were 11-6-3 overall, 5-2-1 in Conference USA. And how are they going to keep that up this upcoming season?
Yeah, I talked about Sam Houston early on about them being a sneaky team, but Middle Tennessee right here, Aston Roden, veteran coach, going into his 25th season. Another team playing Troy. I think we have like 3 teams playing Troy.
And Auburn. It's like Auburn and Troy is very popular.
But you love it. It got a good non-conference matchup against Troy, Purdue. They'll open up at Jack State. But yeah, they're coming off their best record and highest win total since 2012. Their roster sees 14 returners, which again is unheard of in this day and age. Demi Gronauer in net, Ella Sellers as well, who both combined for 9 clean sheets last year. An impressive stat right there. But then they have Hannah Murphy, Megan Carroll, Scotty Newton, Maya Stenegem, just a bunch of girls that are ready to kind of make that leap and step up for this team. Hannah Murphy and Megan Carroll will serve as the team captains, but this is a team that you got to watch out for. They'll be right there in the mix, ready to make something happen.
I mean, Ashton Roden, 25th season.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a seasoned well coach,
yes,
of course. So
no doubt.
Also 12 freshmen take the field this year for them too.
Yeah,
so it's just like, even if who's on the field, you got fresh legs coming in. I think this is definitely, if you were asking me what's the sleeper team, I was going to give it to Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. You got a good mix of veterans and young, legs out there. And then 5 transfers too. I think this is going to be a really fun dynamic to watch and see how the season kind of progresses for them.
Another team that also ended on a high note last season, Missouri State. They were 7-9-4, 2-3-3 in Conference USA. Tournament runner-up as an 8th seed. I mean, they were, I don't know what they ate or what they were saying in that locker room during that tournament, but they were absolutely on fire. And I think that was just a shock to us because it's just like, it's not really common for an 8th seed to even go to the tournament, the championship game. But to get those wins to even end up there was crazy good for them. And I just know that they were riding that high note that whole entire week.
For sure, yeah. And this is a program that has had a lot of success in the past. I think we all were a little bit shocked at the beginning of, how maybe they weren't playing as well as we thought they might. But then we get to the tournament, and here they are. This is a team that we were kind of waiting to see all year. And, they go and bounce number 1 seed WKU and then make a run to the final, eventually falling to Liberty there. But Kirk Nelson, I mean, you look at this schedule here that they built. It's insanity. I think I counted 5 Power 4 schools. Kansas, K-State, Mizzou, Iowa State. I mean, just a loaded non-conference schedule right there. They'll open up at Delaware, as I mentioned earlier. This team is going to be super, super fun to watch, especially if they can get some of these wins here.
Their RPI will be crazy high.
They welcome, 10 newcomers to the roster this year as well, including 5 transfers. Over the past 4 years, recorded 41 shutouts. I think that's a testament to, what Kirk Nelson has done with this team and, instilled a good defense, a good core on the back line and at keeper as well. So a team that's really, really fun and scrappy to watch. Excited to see where it goes for the Bears.
Next up, we have New Mexico State. They were 2-12-4 on the overall, 1-3-4 in Conference USA play. So just give us a little insight on the Aggies and what they have to bring this upcoming season.
Yeah, a team that had a down year last year, but as they came into the league a few years ago, like another program this is a good team and this is a good program. Rob Bartz always does an incredible job scheduling. Another really good schedule that we look at that's really fun to watch. You have Arizona State, who they open up with, Arizona, and they play USC. Get a chance to play some of those West Coast schools. Then you have sophomore forward Esmeralda Arenas. She made an instant impact last year for the Aggies as a freshman. She played in 9 contests. So this is a name that is exciting to look out for. Kennedy Herrera as well on the back line for that team. She'll kind of bolster that defense. So it's super excited to see Coach Bartz hopefully get the team back to where they once were.
All right, you said Sam Houston was your sleeper team based off that preseason poll in 2025. They were 8-6-3 overall, 5-2-1 in Conference USA play, and they have some good games coming up too this season.
Yeah, Oklahoma State at A&M. This team's gonna be fun. I mentioned them earlier as well. Kendall Ayers was a very fiery coach. Loved what I saw from her at the conference tournament last year. Super fun personality to talk with as well. But I think this team, especially with Ellie Morgan. That good captain leadership there. I think this non-conference slate is going to really prepare them well. Playing soccer down, in Oklahoma State and at A&M, I think that's really going to put them in a good spot going into conference play this year. But again, super excited for this team and to see where they end up later on.
Last but not least, we got to talk about WKU, who were our co-regular season champs, 9-5-3 overall, 6-0-2 in Conference USA play. And hey, they had a heck of a season last year.
Yeah, incredible run. They had co-regular season champs, as you mentioned. You look at the first thing I look at, Maddie Davis. She was in at keeper for them for however many years it felt like. But this year is a new chapter on who's going to be in keeper for them.
And they're young.
Yes, yeah, sophomore. Kendall Mix and freshman Emma Teague are the two keepers on the roster. So I will definitely be looking at that, kind of see how they, fill in those shoes. It's going to be tough, but, I bet they can handle it pretty well. Jason Needle, incredible coach. He's in his 26th season, winning coach of the year last year. They open up non-conference play with Missouri, this week as well. And again, after not playing Liberty last year, I think that matchup with them, the first game of conference play, is going to be a whole lot of fun to look at. But then you have McKenna Egan, reigning freshman of the year, and second team all-conference member. She finished with 5 goals last year. Georgia Leopis was the midfielder of the year. She had 9 goals, a career year with 9 goals, 2 assists, 44 shots. She was incredible at the midfielder, and then Abby Wiederman in the defensive spot, holding it down back there, returning a lot of girls. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, that kind of rounds out the quick dive into all 10 of our teams. And it's going to be a really fun season.
And we can't even believe that it's already here.
I know. I can't believe it. Today.
Yeah.
We're playing ball today.
Literally starts today. And as you hear, we have some exciting stuff. We've already been through our preseason poll, our preseason awards, all 10 teams. It's about to be gearing up for an exciting 2026 season. And of course, there's more in store for you. Not only did we just run down all 10 of our teams, we have an exclusive interview with Liberty's Halle, Engle, and Lauren Littleton. And check out what they have to say about the 2026 season coming up for them. Joining us on today's episode of the CUSA Insider Podcast, we have Liberty's Halle, Engle, and Lauren Littleton. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
I have to start off by congratulating both of you. Halle, you earned our CUSA Preseason Offensive Player of the Year. Lauren, you earned our Preseason Defensive Player of the Year. What does this recognition mean to you heading into the season? And Halle, you can go first.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a great recognition for both Lauren and I. We're super happy with it, but something our coaches instilled in us is that it doesn't really matter until it's the end of the season when we're holding the Conference USA trophy up at Delaware. So, yeah, it's a great start, but we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I agree with the same thing. It's also kind of a huge thing for our team that both of us got it because, there's 11 players on the field. So, we thank them, and we couldn't do this without them. I couldn't do it without her making me better every single day. So we're just really blessed to receive this.
Liberty is coming off a CUSA tournament championship last season. When you look back on that run, what stands out most to you?
I would say last year we had a lot of really solid players for us. We obviously graduated a few powerful girls on our team, but our unitedness and just connectiveness was just amazing last fall. We really played as a team, and we really played with a driven purpose, which was instilled in each and every one of the girls. So I think that alluded to a lot of our success that we had.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I think we definitely felt the home field advantage. Obviously, we're a Christian team. So when we step on the field, like, we see it as our holy ground. And just having that in our hearts and being connected in Christ is just really, like, our love for each other drives us on and off the field. And I just feel like that really showed last tournament.
I'm glad you talk about that team chemistry and, bonding. But how much, confidence does winning that championship give this group heading into this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're in that position, for the past 4 years, now 5 years I've been here, we've been in that championship game, and it's proved a lot of confidence, in through all of us. We are capable of being there, and we are, I think, the best team in the conference, and we just have to prove it on the field. But that just gives us so much confidence.
Yeah, I think being in that position, especially in Conference USA the past 3 years, it's provided a lot of girls the experience that they can rely on and step back into. It's like, okay, I've been here before. I know what I've done, and I can do it again. So I think that's been huge for us as well.
Halle, you've obviously established yourself as one of the top attacking players in the conference. What have you worked on this offseason to take that another step offensively?
Yeah, I mean, it was such a gift. I got to play with Ivy Garner. She now plays for the NC Courage. She's such a great player, but I was able to play with her the past 4 years, which has been amazing. And I actually was just texting with her today, and it was just so cool to just connect with her. And just I really am taking a lot of the leadership that she had brought to our team and trying to instill it in myself to be a good leader to the girls around me. Obviously, on the field, I'm trying to just be more consistent day in day. Scoring goals is the job of a forward. So just being more consistent with that, being reliable to my teammates and trustworthy is just something I've been working on. Overall, just being a good leader too.
Lauren, on the flip side of that, what do you take the most pride in as a defender, and what makes Liberty so difficult to play against defensively?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I think something I take a lot of pride in as a defender is defensive 1v1s. I love defending 1v1, and I think our whole defense does. And every time we play numbers down in practice, or it's you're working on just your individual defending, we find it so exciting and so much fun. And I think that makes us very difficult to play. But on top of that, we love each other so much, and we're willing to work for each other. So our collective defending together, I think we're a brick wall. It's pretty fun.
I'm sure you two go at it all the time in practice. So please tell me, how have you guys both helped each other improve over this time playing against each other?
Yeah, I mean, we go at it in such a loving way. We both know that we're making each other better. I always talk about Lauren's always going to hit me the hardest, but she's, I believe, the best defender in this entire conference. So if I'm going to go against anybody, I'm glad I get to go against Lauren Little, because she makes me better, because she's so strong mentally, physically. She will throw her body on the line for anything. So we definitely go at it, but she never fails to say she's sorry at the end, which is so sweet. But yeah, we make each other better.
Yeah, I hate blocking her shots. If she gets one step on me, I know she's scoring. So she makes me better. She makes me work hard for it. I think it's just so fun to go against her. We laugh every time. So it's just, yeah.
Oh gosh, I love that. So I have to know, who wins most of the battles in practice? Is it Halle scoring? Is it Lauren defending? Who wins it?
I'm going to say it's 50-50.
I agree. This year,
we have to be
yeah.
Lauren has laid me out a couple times, so I will say that. But we both have our moments, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, period. I love the camaraderie here. 50-50. Wow. Great answer. You guys also have Peyton Huber back in goal after earning preseason all-conference honors herself. From your perspective on both sides of the ball, what does Peyton bring to this team, and how important is she to what you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, Peyton's great. She has been such a consistent player for us, and I really value that. She really knows how to step up in big games. She makes really sweet saves all the time. But yeah, her consistency is just, and composure, I think, is really one of her specialties, and we really value her on the back line.
Yeah, I think something she's been really working on and something that she stepped into is her voice, like, and leadership behind us. She's everyone's biggest cheerleader. Like, if somebody scores, you can hear her from all the way back there. And I think having that behind you instead of someone constantly, I guess, criticizing you could say, just her constantly being encouraging and helping with her voice has been a big thing that we're really looking forward to having again this year.
When you're the defending tournament champions, you know every team is going to be excited to play you guys. Do you feel like there's a different mentality when you know you're going to get everyone's best shot going into this season?
Yeah, we have this common phrase we always say, we fear nobody, but we respect everybody. And that comes from any game, whether that's an ACC team we're about to play at the end of the week, or if that's a team that's ranked lower on a scale. But we all know that those scales, at the end of the day, they don't mean much unless it's a game of soccer. Like wins and losses happen to come down to one goal. So yeah, we don't fear anybody, but we respect every opponent that we step out and play.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say we've really tried to not become complacent about it. I think it's important, like, every day we show up to practice and we know regardless of the team we play, like, it's going to be difficult. Like, scoring goals isn't easy. Stopping goals from being scored isn't easy, no matter what team you play. And, like, we're all Division I soccer players, and, like, you've put the work in to be here. So, like, all teams are good regardless of where they are ranked in their conference.
When you look around CUSA this season, what do you expect the competition within the league to be like?
I mean, Conference USA is like a dogfight every single game that we've been in. Again, we respect every single team in our conference. Great competitors, great girls. We definitely make each other better, each of the teams in our conference. So we're expecting hard-fought fights through every conference game and then into the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I know a lot of us on the team have friends on all the teams across Conference USA. So, like, knowing people, it's like, okay, I know she's good. That means, like, I know this team's going to be tough to beat. And since every single person has somebody on each team, like Halle said, it's just going to be hard fought each game.
It makes it more fun for you guys, bragging rights and all.
Oh, yeah.
What have you seen from this year's Liberty team that makes you excited about what this group can accomplish this season?
Yeah, we have a handful of younger players stepping up into big roles, which is very valuable to us. We have girls that got to watch the upperclassmen last year, and now they're filling into those roles. So they've had a lot of experience on the team, and now they're really having to step up. With that comes a lot of energy, a lot of fire. We got a lot of speed. We got a lot of girls who are really gritty, willing to fight, work hard. And I think that is going to be our superpower, honestly, this year, is our gritty mentality and just hard fought running and scoring goals. Yeah,
I would say that. And then we have a pretty experienced back line this year. I love even though we do have a couple of freshmen who are very talented players and who can step into those roles, we have a very experienced back line. And with that, that being kind of the rock, I guess, of your team, just building up from that, I feel like it's a lot of pressure taken off of the rest of the team. We have all of their backs regardless of what happens up top, so they can just play free and know that we have them.
You guys have a stacked schedule this season. Is there any particular game that you guys are most looking forward to?
I mean, it's always fun to battle against an ACC school. We play Virginia at the end of the week. Obviously, we get to play them a ton just being in the same state. So Virginia Tech, we tied them last year. We had beaten them the previous year. So, yeah, I think those ACC schools are going to be fun.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm most excited for Sam Houston. I'm from Houston, Texas, so going home is going to be so exciting. And since it's on a Sunday, I think my entire family is going to be there, and I haven't been home in a while. So getting to go home and getting for them to get to see me to play one last time is just gonna be really special. So I'm really excited for that.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that for you. Oh. Who is one teammate CUSA fans should keep an eye on this season?
From my perspective, Sally Gardner. She is also a fifth year this year. She was hurt last year, so obviously didn't get any action, and not a lot of teams probably would know. She did get to play in the conference championship game. I guess that was 3 years ago when we won against LA Tech. She's an amazing outside back, super fast, willing to fly up the flanks. She doesn't always get the respect that she deserves, and she's such a tough player, and I'm proud of her and all her hard work to get back from injury. She's my best friend too, and now my teammate back on the field. So yeah, I think Conference USA should look out for her.
Yeah, I think I would say Carly Keene. She stepped up big time. She's honestly worked the hardest this summer from what I can see. She's grown so much in her confidence, and I'm extremely proud of her. Carly's just been a workhorse, and I think she's going to do some really big things this year. She started on fire this preseason, and I just can't wait to see her go up from here.
My last question for you guys is, what's the message to Liberty fans as you get ready to begin the 2026 season?
Yeah, I mean, to our fans, be super excited to watch us play for the glory of God. That's our mission every single day that we step into the film room, the training field, the weight room. We're here to glorify the Lord and make his name known. And we also are here to compete and make a name for Liberty.
Yeah, I would just say show up and be loud. We can't wait to play for everyone and for God, of course. And we're just super excited to be back.
Halle, Lauren, thank you so much. I know you guys are smack in the middle of preseason. You're trying to gear up for, the start of the season. So we do appreciate that you took some time out to join us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us on the soccer edition of the CUSA Insider Podcast. Don't forget, we have our football previews releasing on every Tuesday and Thursday, and we'll also be releasing a volleyball preview on Wednesday, August 26th. And as always, follow us on YouTube at Conference USA and follow our audio listeners, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. I'm your host, Jessica Radford. Until next time.